Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Let's see. Get me in here.
Oh,
Okay.
scooting over.
No, I think this is one. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, we've got.
Oh, yeah, we got to scooch in here.
Yep.
Sorry.
We've got Danielle.
Danielle, are you there?
Hi, yes, hi.
Hello.
All right.
Danielle is from Houston, Texas. She's got 7-month-old, 7.5-month-old Talia, right?
Yes.
About 7.5 months now. And
Yes.
beautiful little baby. I mean, gorgeous little girls, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Danielle, you started our program about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You had horrible nights, feeding 6 times at night and wakings in between every half hour or so. You were just at the end of your rope. So you can just give us a brief overview about what your days looked like, what your nights looked like, and all that.
So I dreaded going to bed because I knew what was ahead of me. My daughter would go to sleep about 7 p.m., 6:30, 7 p.m., and she'd be up a half hour later, 45 minutes later. So I would give her pacifier or I would feed her. I had a rule that I wouldn't feed her unless it had been 2 hours, which did me no good, really. But that was my rule. So I did like a pacifier every half hour or a feeding every 2 hours the entire night. I saw every hour of the clock pass. My husband would, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I would wave goodbye to my husband when he leaves for work at 3 a.m. He comes home at 5 a.m. Many times I had never been to sleep yet. So that went on for 7 months. And, you know, I had other things in my life I had to tend to. I have a household and another daughter and a job, and I couldn't function anymore. Coffee wasn't the trick anymore. And I found many afternoons I would be crying, and it was a bummer. I was so overtired that when I did get my opportunity to have my 2 hours of sleep between feedings, I had insomnia, actually, because I think I was fried.
Wow.
So that's when I saw, My Baby Can Sleep. And I'm just like, what's this about? Kind of read, I watched your video. I think it was like the 3 tricks, we're going to give away the 3 tricks from Facebook. I watched that and I fell in love with you guys. And my husband and I both watched it, and we were just, if they could help us, sleep half as good, it would be worth the investment and worth the time. And we're sleeping 95%, almost 100% better in just 2 weeks. Honestly, in just the first few days.
Yeah.
And we both like shake our head every morning or after every night. Like, I can't believe like she made a complete 180 with just following, this schedule and these things, and it's amazing. We're so happy, and I'm happier. And today I was able to get a pedicure. I washed and blow dried my hair, put makeup on, and
Hey, you look great.
We laugh because this baby doesn't know me like this. Usually I'm all tired.
Who's this strange lady in my house?
Be like, wait, who are you?
So tell us kind of like how you got started or what to do,
Right.
the feelings you were getting started.
Right. We want to give some encouragement to those that are just in the midst of the sleep training. And so tell us, what you did exactly and what you felt and the crying.
So you bought the package, you got a hold of the videos, and just kind of break it down.
I bought the package that afternoon, and I almost watched the majority of the ones that applied to me by that evening. And like I said, I put
stuff right away.
What?
It's like 5 hours of video that you binge watch, like some Netflix series,
No, not all of them, but I thought the ones that I needed for right now. I powered through them, listened to them on my headphones, and that night I took away her sleep crutch, just cold turkey. You don't get your pacifier. And I noticed she didn't do her every 30-minute wake up. She maybe woke up that night, a few times, but not 10 to 12 times. So that was number one. Then by the next morning, I started on her new, schedule, and the feeding and the napping. And honestly, I feel like I had a pretty good time with it. She was ready for her nap at 9 o'clock. Instead of putting her in the car like I usually do and like going to the dog park or going to run an errand, I said, no, we're doing it. It's nap time in your crib, no pacifier. There you go. She slept like 2 hours like she was supposed to.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, that first night and day, we already saw huge improvements. And then I continued on watching the videos, and I think I had a couple questions for you. I implemented.
So let me back you up for a second, Daniel. So that afternoon you watched the videos, and then you start implementing some stuff. And tell us, did baby cry? Did she protest? Was it hard? What'd you do? Walk me through the emotion.
I'm sorry. She did protest. She did protest about halfway through her nap, and I left her in there, like you said. Instead of normally, I think I would get her up. Okay, she's awake. She only slept 30 minutes. I left her in there, and usually, like at nap time, she'll only cry about 15 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes. But I can tell I'm just trying to get comfortable, go back to sleep, cry, and I can see her kind of rolling around and getting comfortable. So she do that, and sometimes she still does, but she goes back to sleep for the remainder of the 2-hour nap time, and I'm kind of losing track. And so then.
So that was the first night, right?
It was the first day, and.
First day.
First day, yeah, I kept watching the videos. I noticed that doing those feeding times, she was getting a fuller feeding, where before I felt like I was feeding her almost every 2 hours during the day because she was taking those short naps. Mm-hmm. So I felt like she was feeding longer, and that was nice because it seemed like she was getting more, maybe better milk. Mm-hmm. And then the second nap, honestly, she did pretty good at nap time. She will protest about maybe one nap those first few days, but maybe the second one she doesn't. And she caught on to that very quickly. I'd say we had more protest in the nighttime. And like you said, I would set my timer and buckle down, and I wouldn't look at my monitor. And I knew that in my heart, there was nothing wrong. She was fed, she was changed, she was just tired. And she needed to learn how to put herself back to sleep without me nursing her down or giving her a pacifier. And let's see.
Well, and I want to talk to you about nights. Now, you weren't just going from 10 to 6. I mean, like that, like we see with some people. She kept the 3 a.m. She kind of inched that out little by little. So it wasn't an instant night for you. And we kind of pushed that out little by little, right?
Yeah, so she was kind of getting up more around anywhere from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock hour, or maybe even 2:30, and starting her cry. So yeah, she did not just jump right from 10 to 6 or 7. She cried really good for a while. I did give in maybe one of the times because it had passed the timer, but then the second night I said, okay, I got this, and the crying got shorter and shorter. Mm-hmm. Again, tell that it wasn't a crying where she was sick or she anything like that. It was that she was just tired and needed to go back to sleep. So now we've had some nights where she didn't cry, maybe the little tiny whimpers, mm-hmm. maybe for a minute. Sleep. Last night it was just about 10 minutes around 5:30 a.m. and she went back to sleep. So I mean, it's definitely dramatically getting easier. And I slept last night, I think the longest stretch I've ever slept in 11.5 months.
Wow. So it was just more of a gradual nighttime. We gave her a little bit more time at night to inch that out, and now she's just waking a short time in the night and putting herself back to sleep in 10 minutes or so, and so but she's sleeping, and she's her 2 hours.
She's
mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's rested, right? We don't just get this. She's not up all night long.
I'm happy to be today.
Yeah. So So what kind of encouragement do you have for the moms that are just starting, and do you have anything that you would like to say?
I'm having a little hard time hearing you, but I think you're asking for encouragement.
What would you tell tell moms there that are maybe just starting, maybe how great life is on the other side, or stick with it, that kind of stuff?
If you're on the fence, just know that you're going to be sleeping better in the next couple of days. This isn't anything crazy. You're not your baby isn't going to love you less. I know that. I think you just need to bite the bullet like I did, and do it for the sanity of your family and your marriage. And just believe in it. And you know what a trick Greta taught me is before I lay my daughter down for her nap for nighttime, I tell her, Mommy loves you. You're going to take a good nap. I'm going to see you at 11 o'clock, and we're going to have so much fun. And I think, you know, the positive encouragement, she can feel that from me. And, you know, you're going to be happier all the way around if you start this program. I highly recommend it. I'm telling everybody I know about it, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not stressed out about, you know, middle of the nap wakings. You know, she cries for a little bit, she puts herself back to sleep, and we're at the point now where you can add some flexibility back in. You know, it's been a good 2 weeks of training, and you haven't ventured out too much yet. You haven't had any naps outside the house except for one. What was that, Danielle?
I can't hear you. I'm only getting maybe every few words.
Oh no.
Maybe
What's
it's
up?
me.
What were you going to answer?
I was just talking about the flexibility. Can you hear me now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So we're just talking about the flexibility. You know, the last 2 weeks of training, you haven't ventured out of the house a whole lot, except for one nap has been out of the house. And so now we're starting the process of adding a little bit more flexibility back into your life. And so you're excited about that, and to exit the training phase and enter real life now.
Right.
Yes. So, and you're not too worried about, you know, you have some nap time things, but she always puts herself back to sleep. So it's all good, right?
Yes, it's all good.
You're not stressed out anymore. You know that she can put herself back to sleep, and we know how to listen to different cries and all that good stuff, right?
Right. I'm getting sleep. My family's happier. We're all happier. The baby's happier. We know what our days are going to look like. And yes, we know that we put in the hard work now, and we have some flexibility. And like you said, the schedule, what do you say? The schedule works for you. You don't work for the schedule, right?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, you get the gold
schedule's
star.
to serve you. And it
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Danielle.
Go ahead.
Oh, I can't hear what you're asking me.
Oh, no, go ahead. Finish your sentence.
Oh, the schedule is to serve us, and it is serving us.
Yes.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you, Danielle.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So great to work with.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.